It's been nearly 8 years since a brand new 3D Mario game was released. Yes, we did get Bowser's Fury a couple years back, and while that was a fun new style of Mario gameplay, being in an open world, which I think the next Mario game will be, but I'll get to that in a bit. Let's be honest, it was too short to be considered a full 3D Mario adventure. It felt more like a proof of concept than a brand new game. So not counting that, we're currently in the longest drought ever without a new 3D Mario since the release of Super Mario 64 way back in 1996. Let's look at the timeline. Sunshine came out in 2002, Galaxy followed in 2007, then Galaxy 2 in 2010. Just a year later, we got 3D Land in 2011, then 3D World in 2013, and finally Odyssey in 2017. At no point in that 21-year stretch did we go more than 6 years without a new 3D Mario. But now, we're approaching 8, and there's still no official announcement, and the Switch 2 is right around the corner. I've seen a lot of people saying that Donkey Kong Bonanza is secretly the new 3D Mario, but come on, it's not a Mario game. It might be using the same engine, but calling it a replacement for a Mario title is a massive stretch. It's great to see Donkey Kong get attention, but we are waiting for Mario to jump around in 3 dimensions again. Now here's the thing, I can guarantee Nintendo is working on a new 3D Mario for the Switch 2. It's inevitable, and I think it's crazy how massive it will be, just like Odyssey was a landmark release when it launched. This next game is almost certainly being positioned as a system seller. With all the development time it's had, likely 6 to 8 years, expectations are through the roof. This isn't going to be just a sequel. I don't think it'll just be Odyssey 2 or Galaxy 3. Nintendo likes to innovate with each new console generation, and I fully believe they're preparing a completely new adventure. Personally, I think there's a very high chance the next 3D Mario will be open world. Bowser's Fury felt like a test, a small, focused sandbox to explore non-linear gameplay in a connected environment. It showed how a seamless Mario world could work, and it worked really well. When I was a kid playing Super Mario 64, I used to look out across the landscapes, imagining what could be beyond the edges of the map, but due to limitations back then, we could only dream. Imagine now, starting at Peach's castle and simply walking off in any direction. No painting portals, no world maps, just pure exploration. Young man me would have been ecstatic to see this, and even as an adult, it's something I would love. And look at the trends, we're already getting a massive open world Mario Kart, so the idea that the next 3D Mario could follow suit seems more plausible than ever. Odyssey had large sandbox levels, but they were still broken up by a world map and loading screens. I think we're past that now. This next Mario could feature a fully interconnected world where you can travel from one biome or kingdom to the next without needing a hub. Of course, fast travel will still exist. No one wants to walk across the entire map every time, but imagine seeing a volcano in the distance, climbing a mountain, and eventually arriving there without a single cutscene. That would bring the world of Mario to life in a way we've never experienced. This is what the hype was with Breath of the Wild at first, when we were told you could go to anything you saw in the distance. And here's something else to consider. Super Mario 64 turns 30 next year. That's a huge milestone. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo honors that game in a big way, whether it's through revamped versions of iconic Mario 64 levels or just having Peach's Castle as the hub world. We already got the nod to Super Mario 64 with the Mushroom Kingdom in Odyssey, but why not make it a bigger part of the game now? Okay, about traversal. How are we going to get around this massive open world? Sure, there will be fast travel, but what if you actually want to explore on your own terms? I have a couple of theories. One is that we'll see the return of a flying mechanic, maybe a wing cap style feather that lets Mario soar across the landscape. It would be nostalgic and practical. My second theory? Mario gets his own kart, not just in a racing game, but as a standard mode of travel. Imagine karts being part of the world, with roads connecting various kingdoms, and NPCs like Koopas, Toads, Goombas, Shy Guys, and more just driving around, doing their own thing. I know that might be taking a little too much inspiration from Mario Kart World, but it's still a fun idea to think about. At the end of the day, it's all speculation, but I think there's enough evidence to say we're in for something huge. Nintendo has been silent on 3D Mario for far too long. That silence, it usually means something is coming up, especially with their new console right around the corner. So what do you think the next 3D Mario will be like? Am I on the right track with the open world idea, or do you think we'll get Odyssey 2, Galaxy 3, or something completely unexpected? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into everything Mario and Nintendo. This has been Danny with Game Domain. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.